Hello everyone, and welcome to the Weekly Report. If you like our reports, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And while you're over there on YouTube, you might want to check out some of our brand new content. Our all-new podcast, hosted by my good buddy Dave, Yard Jockeys, debuted last week, and a new show called Recruiting Roundup with yours truly premiered this past Monday. Plus, we have an all-new episode of Digging Deeper, which will premiere online tomorrow and will drop on YouTube and our website Friday morning. If you'd like to register for that online viewing, which happens to also feature a live Q&A following the episode, I'll leave a link for you in the description or around here somewhere. And I have a little Digging Deeper teaser I'll play at the end of today's report, so stay tuned for that. But now, let's get to the report. This week in job board searches and clicks. Searches were up 21% week over week and 15% month over month, but down 17% year over year. Clicks were up all the way around. We saw increases of 30% week over week, 41% month over month, and 59% year over year. The increase in activity for the first week of 2022 was expected based on historical data, and all the tracked driver types had at least 16% week over week increases for searches and 21% increases for clicks. In addition to those gains, last week had the largest number of clicks since the first week of April 2020, which, if anyone is keeping count, was about 91 weeks ago. So we got that going for us, which is nice. This week in freight, spot volume bounced back from the holidays with the total load postings increasing by 44%, and all three major segments saw sizable gains. Dry van was up by 46%, refrigerated posted the lowest increase with a 14% gain, and flatbed shot up by 63% week over week. Overall truck availability increased by 46% week over week as the load to truck ratio eased slightly but still remained elevated. Dry van and flatbed load to truck ratios moved higher, but refrigerated eased off slightly from last week's levels. Spot rates fell 10 cents per mile, with the only segment seeing an increase in the rates being flatbed, which rose by 4 cents. Dry van dipped by 4 cents and refrigerated fell by 14 cents per mile week over week. Now the story of the week. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, the FMCSA, has asked the Office of Management and Budget, the OMB, for emergency approval of a 3-year apprenticeship program. If approved, this program would allow carriers to employ drivers between the ages of 18 and 21 for hauling freight across state lines. The FMCSA expects to receive applications from 4,500 carriers and over 40,000 drivers. Under the proposed apprenticeship program, apprentices who currently have a CDL would need to complete 2 probationary periods. During that time, they would be allowed to operate in interstate commerce only under supervision with an experienced driver in the passenger seat. To qualify as a supervisor, drivers must have at least 5 years of commercial driving experience and have been employed for at least the past 2 years. The 2 probationary periods combine to include at least 400 hours of on-duty time, of which at least 240 hours must be spent driving. Upon completing the second probationary period, apprentices can begin to operate in interstate commerce unaccompanied by an experienced supervising driver. It should be noted that critics of the proposal have noted that there are no standard tests or evaluations given by an independent party before apprentices are allowed to drive solo. The qualifications for a teen truck driver passing the probationary periods are left entirely to the discretion of the employer, whom the critics say is incentivized to get the driver out on the road as soon as possible. If the OMB approves the proposal, the data collected from participants may help settle several ongoing questions, such as, is allowing younger drivers on the road a safety hazard? And will younger drivers end up boosting carrier revenues by filling cab seats? And that does it for this week's report. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to come back and see us next week for an all-new report with all the latest and updated data. As promised, that teaser for Digging Deeper is coming up next, so stay tuned and don't forget to register for the online premiere. Until next week, have a great week, everybody.
We're going to talk about all the places that fleets lose leads along the entire recruiting process.
To be able to say, hey, I had this great idea, but it was wrong. I was just wrong.
Common knowledge does not equal common practice.
Take correction and to change when your idea is not working.
After the 3rd time, nobody rose their hand on the 4th time, right? Because nobody...
Did you just say rose their hand?
Did I?
Yeah.
Nobody raised their hand. Well, that's how it goes. Yeah.